record a show right now, I'd rather wait till later. And I battled that. Should I just do a show now? I don't want to talk about it. I'll do it later. I battled that for a good 30 seconds, and I thought, nah, I'm not doing this shit. I have to be so much more on top of how I spend my time. Because right now, I'm waiting in the line of a drive-thru for In-N-Out because my lazy ass just refuses to go to the grocery store and buy shit. I don't want to. So here we are at In-N-Out. So anyway, today is January, I don't know, dude, 10th? January 10th, 2025. It's 3:09 p.m. Here I am. So I had a really nice conversation today with a coworker, and this guy gets it. This guy understands shit. This guy, we have similar ideas. He's just a good guy, okay? And we were just talking back and forth, and he asked me a question, and it was cool because my answer was straight from the heart, and it was cool that I was able to say it and mean it, because I know 5 years ago I wouldn't have been able to say this and mean it. And I've talked about it numerous times on the show, but he asked me, he said, dude, so if we were GS12s or GS whatever, I can't remember what he said, just making 150 grand a year, that's the ranking system for where I work. So maybe you know, maybe you don't know, but he says, if we were GS12s and we were making 120, 150 grand a year, would you still be doing all this stuff to when you go home, when you're working on your own stuff? Would that be something you're still doing? And I didn't even have to think about it. I just said, oh, absolutely. No question, of course I would be. And it's cool because I meant that. I said it and I meant it 100%. And it was true from the heart. Absolutely would continue doing this if I made more money. Matter of fact, it'd be easier if I made more money because then I could pay off a lot more shit. I wouldn't have to, I would just be, yeah, it would be harder if I made an extra 100 grand a year. That'd suck, So it was cool because he asked me that, and I was able to respond truthfully and say, absolutely, I would, of course. Then we kept going back and forth of, dude, this guy, he was just asking a lot of thought-provoking questions, and that's what I appreciate in people, when it's more than just, hey, what's up? How was your weekend? What'd you do tonight? You got any plans tomorrow? I like the more in-depth shit. And some more questions that we were kind of bouncing off one another back and forth was, he asked me, he said, do you feel like you got so many things? These aren't his exact words. I don't know if you're listening, but this is exactly what he said. He said, sorry, this is not exactly what he said. What he said was, and I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember word for word, was, do you feel like you're spreading yourself too thin? You got so many different things going on. Do you think it'd be better to just focus on, put some things on pause and then focus solely on this one thing? And I said, dude, I've been thinking about that a lot, especially since I have a newsletter now. And he said, who the fuck is honking at me, dude? And he said, God damn, you hear that beep, guys? That's my goddamn thing just going off because it wants to. There it goes again. Okay, anyway. So, and I said, yeah, I've been thinking a lot about that. I have this newsletter. I have the double podcasts, the one that I record every single day. The Allegiant Excellence one, that one is one that I want to be much better about. But that one requires a lot of thought and planning, I think. But I just recorded a show 2 days ago or yesterday. Dude, why is it beeping? I'm getting so sick of this shit, bro. Okay. Angry. So I've got the double podcast. I've got the fitness business that I'm running. I'm hitting the gym 5 days a week, work a full-time job, got a girlfriend, and now I have this newsletter that I'm trying to do. Posting on social media, making content, making all these videos, balancing the clients that I have. I now have a shadow coaching opportunity where I work for another guy. I help him make his stuff. And that's what I got going on. And so, yeah, I have thought a lot about, am I spreading myself too thin? And truthfully, in my heart of hearts, I kind of do. However, I know that the things that I'm doing now, it's the long game. And I'm not talking long game as in 4, 5, 6 years. I'm talking long game as in 10, 20, 30. And I think I'm willing to bet that when I'm 50, 57 years old, I'll look back and I'll say, I'm very glad that I did that when I did. Now, what I mean is getting more things going at the same time that are very, I would say for me, very cost effective. It doesn't take me, or not cost effective, very time effective for what I get out of it. I don't know if time's the right word either, but it's very easy for me to record a podcast. I don't have to, these ones I should say, and that's kind of the long game. It's very easy for me to write, and that's where the newsletter comes in. It's very easy for me to just sit down and kind of come up with stuff. Now, it's a different story depending on how impactful it is or how much I like it, but it's easy for me to sit down and just put my thoughts on paper, try to make it look and sound a certain way. It's easy for me to do that. I'm not saying that it's easy to come up with shit, but it's easy for me to sit down and look forward to that. And it's something that I enjoy. And having an email list that's been built over the next 30 years is going to be absolutely insane. So that's the goal. That's the focus. And all it is just one little thing at a time. You know, same with the podcast. Every episode, one day at a time. By the time, 30 years, which is longer than when I want the show to go, I'll probably do this forever, honestly. The thought now of me having a day where I say, okay, not recording a podcast today, that sounds weird as fuck. So I don't know, but I don't know. I plan to keep on doing this one big long documentary of everything that I'm doing. I believe I'll make it one day. I believe I'll be ultra successful. I believe I'll have all the things that I look forward more. And I think it'll be cool to be able to look back on all this and see what's up. So do I feel like I'm spreading myself too thin right now? A little bit. And part of me does truthfully feel like I should go all in on the fitness business until I can quit my job. And then once I'm able to quit my job, I will then get almost 200 hours back per month. So that's when I should reintroduce these things into my life. But of course, I'm not going to stop the podcast. Absolutely no way. Of course, I'm not going to. Hold on. Of course, I'm not going to stop with the shadow coaching or anything like. I'm just not going to stop anything because, truthfully, I don't feel like. So I feel like I'm spreading myself too thin right now because my time management at the moment is just. Yo, sorry guys, I cut off. I actually recorded another bit right there because there was a guy behind me who was freaking the fuck out in line. And if you want to hear it, then just shoot me a message. I'll send it to you. It's nothing crazy, but he was just screaming. Well, first of all, he was yelling. He was like, come on, with his window down. Like, it's just weird that people act like this. He ordered food. He's just waiting. And then he says, come on. And he starts screaming it, and then he screams it even louder at the end. It's 40 seconds long. If you want it, I'll send it to you, but it's just more shit I got to edit and put in here. Don't want to do it. Don't have to try to figure it out, but So anyway, so cut off there. Then I just had my shadow coaching call with Mina, and that will be put after I finish this little part of whatever I'm saying now, and you'll hear that. But going back to what I was saying, my time management, so I don't feel like I'm spreading myself too thin because, I do feel like I'm spreading myself too thin right now because my time management is no good. And if I could just nail that and just do everything on my calendar that I said I'm going to do, if I just do that, no matter what, I wouldn't have any time issues. Matter of fact, I would have maybe 12 hours per week of nothing. Much easier said than done. But due to my time management, I feel like I am spreading myself too thin. However, I don't know. A lot of these things are just long terms. I'm just planting seeds to sprout in the future. That's all I'm doing right now. So pretty hyped about that. But anyway, the coaching call with Mina went really well. What you're about to hear is me talking with him, but I'm going to give a summary real quick of how it went so you can listen to it if you want. And I think from here on out, all these coaching calls are going to be at the end because that shouldn't be, if you want to listen to it, then by all means listen to it. But I would hate for somebody to click on a show not understand that or realize that and then be like, what the hell is this? Also trying to do, I'm much more aware of how I'm speaking today, not just this podcast, but today in general. And I have caught myself quite a bit avoiding saying like or I'm sure I've done it plenty of times in this podcast already, but whatever. So the call went great. We talked about how the last week went. And real quick, I pay more attention to the questions that I get asked and the thought or the logic behind asking them and what it could possibly do for somebody else. Because the first question that he asked me was, or I guess the second question was, how do you feel you did this last week? And that's a great question to ask. And the reason why I think it is because rather than getting external feedback on the work that I did, it's forcing me to look inward to give an honest answer of how I feel I did. And I do feel like I did fairly well. There was a lot of confusion on my end, and I explained that to him. And as you can tell by the call, if you want to listen to it, it's about an hour long. He's a good guy. He's understanding. He's very empathetic, he's a good guy. So it's awesome. But yeah, started off the call with some questions, just talking about how I did, what I'm working on. He said, I'm doing great. He says he feels good that he picked the right man for the job, which feels great. And overall, I'm just very, very happy with how things are. You know, I got paid today from him. So with the sign-on bonus, and now with my first week in the books, that's $500 profit. And that's got me thinking, should I just go and deposit all of this into some account and just not touch it unless I absolutely need it? Because yeah, I want to make a lot of money, but I want to be able to build the systems that can generate the money. Me making money now, it's just kind of a one-off thing. Now I have some consistency with this coaching program, but I would like it to be more consistent in the $1,000 range, right? So thousands of dollars. Then maybe I will utilize the money elsewhere. But I just think until I get to a certain point where the systems and everything that I'm doing are actually producing a result, a very big recurring result, I just don't think I'm going to touch the money. I'm just going to stockpile it and just put it away. And that's what I'm going to do. Not to save it, but not to save it in the traditional sense, but to just put it away so I don't even see it and it can just hang out. So maybe I'll go and make a new business account, put all my money in there and do that. I also came across something today, don't know how true it is, but apparently Stripe, the payment processing software, you can't sell digital goods with it. So I don't know. Apparently they'll hold your money or something. I don't know. There's so much I don't know. But if I want to make $1,000 a month, then that's kind of cool. I'll have all that later on, and I can use that to pay for softwares, or I can use that to pay for stuff for clients or to buy better equipment. That's the idea. Because I don't want to use that money for personal things like, I need, I guess things that aren't business related. As much as I would love to use that to pay off my car or something in the next year, because I absolutely could if I just put it away, I would just rather use that now to invest in the products and the quality of my shit. Because yeah, I could pay off my car. Yeah, that would free up almost $300 a month. But what could a greater work area give me? What could a greater microphone, or what could using this $1,000 to pay for a content creator or a virtual assistant, what could that do for me long term? You know? So I don't know. That's just kind of where I'm at. And yeah, so to also go off what I was saying earlier, I'm very glad that I recorded the show when I started, because right now I don't know where I'd even go. I'm glad that I started then. And to further back up the point that I made earlier, which was probably 7 minutes ago, but it was hours ago for me. When I'm 57, I'm going to be really glad that I did the email newsletter and that I did I'm going to be really glad that I did those things. And in my head, when I say 57 years old out loud, I just think that that's still so young. 57, I still got damn near 40 years. And yes, I do believe that I will live longer than the average life expectancy, because average life expectancy is just that, average life expectancy. And maybe I'm missing something, But when you say the average American life expectancy, you're taking the average American. The average American's a fat fuck. Average American doesn't exercise. They don't eat well. They just sit at home. I'm not that. I mean, I sit at home all the time, but you know what I mean? So am I missing something? Because people say that all the time. Oh, the life expectancy is it's not 100, so I don't know why you say that. It's actually 75 or whatever. Dude, I don't know. I don't know. If you're the average American and you possess those qualities and statistics as the average American, then sure. Maybe the average American smokes. I don't know. I don't know what the percentage of people who smoke. Average American definitely drinks alcohol on a regular basis. Definitely eat fast food on a regular basis. Definitely are fat as fuck. Definitely don't hit the gym. Definitely don't better themselves. Definitely, so no shit that it's lower. It's average, bro. So if that's average, what's above average? Because I feel like I'm above average. Definitely not below average. So what's my life expectancy? 97? 94? I don't know. But I just think about this shit, man. So to say that I believe I'm going to live to be 100 years old, I don't know about that. But to say that I believe I'm going to live a lot longer than 75, yeah, absolutely. And if I don't, then I wouldn't know anyway, and I wouldn't care because I'd be dead. So therefore, anything that you could say to persuade me is void, and I couldn't give a fuck. I'll be dead. Who gives a shit? Also, speaking of death, Alex Hormozi has this incredible point on death. And when I heard him say it, it painted the picture for me just so well on why you just shouldn't give a fuck about who says what or who does what or whatever. Because when the Queen of England died, I guess he made some post 6 months later, and the post said, when's the last time you thought of the Queen of England? Probably not until you read this post. See, no one cares. No one cares when you die, even if you're the Queen of England, no matter how accomplished you are, no matter how many great things you've done in your lifetime and the lives you've touched, blah, 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 blah. You were just forgotten just like that. And that was the point of the post. I paraphrased and kind of chopped it up a little bit there. But when I heard that, it was just, yeah. I mean, you would have to do something completely revolutionary. Just the whole trajectory of Earth and life and society. You would have to do something so incredibly, so tremendously, here we are, and wonderfully, that's reaching, legendary. Just so revolutionary. I mean, think about the light bulb. I feel like Elon Musk is going to be there. He's going to be in this conversation. Like I just said don't like that. He's going to be in this list of people. I mean, people who, so what was his name? Alexander Graham Bell. I remember his name. He invented the telephone, right? Elon Musk doing all this shit, going to go to Mars. We have Thomas Edison, invented the light bulb. Abraham Lincoln, arguably the greatest president of all time. And that's me repeating other people. I don't know much about past presidents. So before you come at me, I'm not 100% sure. But things like that, you'd have to do something like that to, I don't know. I wouldn't say not be forgotten, but the only reason why I know Thomas Edison is because of all these quotes. The only reason why I know Alexander Graham Bell is because of school, and Elon Musk, he's alive and well right now. I don't know. I guess it depends on the field you're in and what is referenced the most. Since I'm more so into entrepreneurship and business, there's a lot of past business owners and great leaders that have quotes that live on, such as Steve Jobs quotes, but that's it. But the Queen of England, so accomplished, did this, that, the other, blah, 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 completely forgotten in 6 months. And it's an interesting thing to think about when you are fearful of what other people might say or do or think about whatever you have going on. I was actually, and this is a huge step for me, but I was at the gym today and I was walking backwards on the treadmill on an incline, which gives me the confirmation that I have successfully completed week 2 of the Allegiant Excellence Challenge. So I'm now 2 for 2 this year. So if you want to learn more about the challenges and shit, go listen to the Allegiant Excellence podcast, episode, one of them. You can learn more there. I do a challenge every week. It's just something to force us to kind of get out of our comfort zones or to push ourselves, to prove to ourselves that we can do hard shit and that we can do 1,000 push-ups in a week and that we can read a big book in a week and that we can do these things, to have that in our back pocket to know that we absolutely can do these things. So that's the point of that. and I'm trying to complete them all. If I come up with the goddamn thing, I better complete it. I mean, I almost failed the book challenge because I had to read 120 pages in one night, and I did it, and that was okay. Now, when any time in the future where I think, oh, I can't finish this, I have to read 120 pages. Now I can say, oh, I've done it before and I didn't die, so I can do it again. Was it shitty? Did it suck? Yeah. But did I die? No. So that's the idea. Now, anyway, with the challenge, it was walk backwards on a treadmill. Oh, just had a heart attack. I have some pillows on my bed. Looks like a human being. Holy fuck. So with the challenge this week, it was walk backwards on an inclined treadmill for 2 hours total for the week. And for me, that wasn't as hard as I thought it would be, because if you just hit the gym 5 times, that's 24 hours per day. If you hit the gym 6 times, it's 20 minutes per day. And it just, I don't know, maybe for somebody who's not even going to the gym, this was an impossible challenge. So I guess it's relative. The 1,000 push-ups one, that was hard. That wasn't hard. It was just difficult to manage when I did shit. But anyway, after the gym today, it was confirmation that I have successfully completed that challenge, and that's pretty cool. So anyway, what I was saying, I was at the gym, walking backwards on a treadmill, and the way the treadmill is faced at this particular gym, it was facing the open gym floor. And I just so happened to also be holding my phone, watching some old clips, some video game montages that I have with some of my old friends, because I'm trying to find a specific clip to show one of my coworkers. It's pretty funny. And so I was just watching them, and I was just laughing my ass off. I mean, I wasn't audibly laughing loud, but I was smiling and just chuckling. And I did that while walking backwards, while holding my phone in my right hand, looking down, laughing and smiling at my phone. And this gym doesn't have music. There's no air going on, so it's just quiet as fuck. So I think what people were hearing in the distance was something like this. Holy shit, dude. That's awesome. Just that for like 20, see, like, fuck, dude, I gotta stop saying that shit. Life is wonderful when you don't say that shit. I'm making a tremendous effort to not say that shit. But I was just sitting there laughing, holding my phone, smiling away like a goober, just making eye contact with anybody who looked at me, because I was just, who gives a fuck? And it felt good. It was liberating. So who gives a shit? And it's a good feeling, dude. So anyway, I'm done with this. I'm done talking. The rest of this podcast is now the shadow coaching call. If you're interested in that, then listen. If not, all good. Subscribe to the newsletter in the description. Peace out.
Like, just, I hate this word, but boss for you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the end all be all. So if you're not clear on something, that is a reflection of myself and how I trained. Or how I'm training you currently, you know, and that's something that I tell all team members. At the end of the day, I'd much rather you be clear and ask. You're not pestering me by any means. I apologize if I'm just a little delayed because I'm like, you know, I'm in calls and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Or I'm like, oh shit, I have an hour. This guy canceled his call. Let me go work out, you know? So I'll do that. So I need you to ask questions 100%. I'd much rather you be on the same page than anything else, or either you're lost and you don't know what to do, or you're doing something and you're just guessing. You're like just throwing a dart in the dark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
How'd you feel overall with like what you did?
That first day, I feel like I killed it. And then I think there was that lack of clarity on my end where I was just like, wait, what exactly am I doing now? Because I put everything kind of like brain dumped all my ideas. And then it was, I felt, yeah, I think that's the best way to say it. Just the lack of clarity on my end. So.
Dude, that first fucking document that you made was fucking killer. I need more of that. You know what I mean? Like
project progression, that one.
Yeah, everything. The whole organization kind of thing is awesome because it just makes things super clear on my end. But what are you? Let's talk. What are you not clear on?
So I think my biggest confusion point is just the form when you're trying to track. Because in my mind, that stuff's already on Everfit. So.
What do you mean track what form, like check-ins?
Yeah, so the check-in, you want to track the check-in percentages and like make sure that nobody misses one.
Mm-hmm.
And
so think of it like this, right? Like right now that form, yes, is on Everfit, right? But how can I track each client's adherence for the last 6 weeks? You know what I'm saying? I will have to go physically to each client and go to their documents and check their check-ins like that. Or I go to their calendar and see if they checked off the check-in, which auto checks off when they press submit. Or I have to go physically. This would be the worst thing. If I go to the form itself, that has 1,200 responses, and I like funnel through. I'm like, all right, this last, So that would be the worst thing in the world to me. Because on a volume-based system, and like right now, we've only been adding like 3 clients per week. So it's pretty slow compared to our usual volume, which I wanted it that way. I wanted to focus more on delivery and systems first before we onboard.
Getting 3 clients a week is slow?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. Years ago, I would be like, this is fucking great.
Yeah, 3 clients a week, I quit my job this month. Yeah.
Yeah. I will say, like, at the end of the day, bro, it's just where you're at. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. Like, a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 clients a week, I'd be fucking stoked, 100%. But at the end of the day, also, with what we're doing now, 3 clients a week compared to, I'll tell you, Black Friday, I think I signed like 17, 18.
In one day?
So what I did was a magnetic giveaway. I'm not sure if they ever taught you. Do you know what a magnetic giveaway is?
Lead magnet, is that what you said?
No, magnetic giveaway.
No.
I didn't fucking know either until Black Friday. So basically what it is I launched a giveaway on Monday before Black Friday. So the Monday of Black Friday week. And I said I'm giving away, and I did 6 months of free coaching. So that's like, for us, full price would be basically $3,000 or $2,800, something like that. So I launched that. I had like over 200 responses. So basically what you do is you do give away 6 months free, but you track every response. I sent a type form. This was before I even had a VA. This was me. Every single response I'd respond to and send them a type form and collect data. Basically, right? Collect information. There's actually a really good idea for you if you wanted to. So basically, you send them a type form right after they respond. The whole premise behind this is just like, comment, and then DM me why you want to win the 6 months. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When they would DM me, I give them a form to respond, so I collect their information. Okay. Wednesday, I announced the giveaway winner. It was some kid. He actually just started, or he's going to start Monday. Yeah, he took this long to start, whatever. And long story short, what this means, Bryson, is every single person that joins that giveaway, that enters that giveaway, you send them as soon as you, dude, I went hunting on Wednesday morning. I announced the winner. I sent fucking 200 or maybe 100, because some people just didn't 100 voice notes, something like that, of just the following. Hey, dude, I thank you for your submission. I just announced the giveaway winner. Unfortunately, it wasn't you. However, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, I'd like to offer you up to 30% off of any coaching program you choose. If that's something you're interested in, drop me a hell yes and let's chat. That's it. That day, Wednesday, and between Wednesday and Friday, I had fucking 42 or 43 calls. My schedule was just back to back. So I sold half of them, which is a really good close rate. And then from there, you sign them. That's it. And you offer them 20 to 30% off. And then that's what it was. So that week was fucking crazy.
So I actually didn't know it was called that, but I did that for Black Friday as well. And I had one person do anything, and that he's in the program now. Okay. Yeah, he was the only person that submitted? He's the only person that submitted. And it was 2 days left, and he's like a friend of mine too. So I don't know. It just feels like it was, It kind of sucks because I think he was going to sign in the future anyway, but I was like, fuck, It's fine. At the end of the day, you do a good job for him at 6 months, and you try to renew him a month or two before. No, he was in the program before as well. So I have his. Okay. It's funny because I have his testimonial. So in the past, he was in the program. He gave me a testimonial. It was a great one too. He even gave me a video one, and I was like, dude, you're the man. But now he's since regained the weight. Now he's trying to lose it again. So I'm like, oh, if you could do another transformation, it's like the same guy. People, I don't know if people would receive that and be like, No one's going to notice. No one's going to notice. I'm telling you, no one's going to notice. Okay, cool. But okay.
But yeah, so that's
crazy.
We did. So back to the original point was, yeah, we're signing like 3 clients a week. So right now things are a little slower because I really want to focus on delivery. It's a bummer. I have to keep it in the back of my mind. I'm like, yeah, I might not hit 50K this month, but we'll see, whatever. But we'll see where we land. So in my whole thinking is the whole check-in process. I need, like, when I assign you clients to track their check-ins, right?
Yeah.
Or assign anything else, I need to know, or you need to know, who missed a check-in this week. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, or the end of your whole check-in thing, when you find that there's like 40 check-ins that come in, whatever, and you go through all 40, and you're assigned 45, let's say, clients, it's like, well, where are those 5 clients? Who are those 5 clients? Why did they miss those check-ins? You get what I'm saying? So that's what the tracking system would basically be. It's for you, like, you know, I don't think there's any way to automate this, to be honest with you, especially through Everfit, which is what we're doing.
Yeah.
I think it's just every time a coach responds to a check-in, just check off that they did a check-in. That's it. You know what I mean? So it doesn't have to be anything crazy in that sense.
Okay. So do you have the Excel sheet pulled up?
I don't, but I can pull it up. Do you have it? You want to just open it?
Yeah, so I've got it right here. So you know how it has the
Can you share it?
Yeah.
Share your screen.
Can you see it? Oh, there we go.
It's loading. There it is. Yep.
Wait, hold on. Which screen are you? I don't want this one. Wait, can you see this?
No, I see I see the one.
Oh, okay. So we've got these things over here.
Yeah.
Because I could do
I played around with it. I went ahead and just like unchecked everything just to see.
Yeah. Is this fine, by the way?
Yeah, this is awesome.
Okay. So as far as tracking check-ins, we could do a similar thing, but make these really small, and you could just have like a big thing. Like if I went over here and I just made this, like a small itty bitty check was like 1, 2, 3. How many in a row? I don't know if that we could just like click a box. They checked in. So does that make sense? So we'd have one of these just right over here. Sorry, it's hard for me to do it without actually doing it. But a little checkbox like week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. They checked in, click it so that we can track that. Because that's an idea that I just had, and I'm just brainstorming out loud. So,
I mean, that works. I envision the same thing, just a checkbox, something quick and easy. You just go in there and check who checked in. You know, even at the end of the day, you just go in and he checked in, whatever, right? Yeah. Would you, like, this was the idea that I told you last week that I told you I'd explain later on, having the 2 sheets, like just another sheet with their check-ins. That's it.
Okay.
Just having a list of clients, and, you know, there are some clients that are weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. Okay. So maybe we would just divvy it up that way, you know, based on dates. Right.
Okay.
Because like they're usually on every Friday. So, you know, the 10th, the 17th, whatever the next date would be, you know what I mean? The 24th. Oops, I can't do that. So things like that. And then you just check every time. What do you think? And it's just like, it would just literally be their names, right? And then check, and then maybe a formula either before or after, just like, of the total, like how many did they miss? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think there's a formula to track how many consecutive sales are a certain value. So you can track the streak, and you can also just, that makes a lot more sense. And that's what you said from the start. So I apologize for, I guess, complicating it. I just didn't quite understand.
You're good.
Cool. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll put that on there.
Yeah. This log that you just shared.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. 100%.
Oh, cool.
Like today, for example, I just sold 2 renewals. I sold a 6-month and then a 12-month. Well, technically 13-month because I gave her a free month. So that's the reason why I told you, I'm like, you know what? Let's cause the end date to be something user input instead, because then I can just go ahead and just change the end date, you know, and just put a note. Like, you know how you have the package 6, whatever. I could just do 6 plus 6. You know what I'm saying? So then it would tell me like they had 6, then they had renewed by 6. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like something like that would make a lot of sense. But this is awesome. The one thing that I'll ask Bryson is, okay, so the color coding system that you have, the red light, green light. So based off of the check-ins, then we'd go ahead and then just mark them. Like it would be the coach's responsibility to mark over there in that log, correct?
Yeah. So it'd be,
okay.
Yeah.
Is there, and that's awesome. The second question would be, is there any merit of that color combination thing? Like if you have two colors checked off, like it makes like.
Oh, yeah. I mean, not really. I was just a feature I added just for the hell of it. I mean, if they're a fantastic client all around, but they miss one check-in, maybe that makes them a yellow-green. I don't know. I could go, you don't even have to do it. It's just in there. You could if you wanted.
Okay.
It's not something I made trying to like insert my idea. It's just like, it's so easy to do that.
I wanted to hear your train of thought, man. Okay. Keep it for now and let's see what happens. Cause I'm just thinking out loud. Coach goes in there and clicks it, right?
Yeah.
And then doesn't notice that it doesn't change the full color, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they leave and then we come back. It's like, well, which one is it? You know what I mean? Are they green light or are they yellow light? And then the coach is like, well, I fucking forgot. So I'm going to have to go back to the log and see. At the time he was yellow, but now he's green, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's kind of the main frame that I'm thinking like long-term, because I want this to be like so bulletproof that anyone can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, awesome. So that was the log. What else did we want to discuss? I know you had some questions for me.
Okay. So let's see. So how I'm tracking my work hours, is that okay? Because it's kind of sporadic, and in my mind, I'd be like, hey, I'm going to work for, I don't know how long, but I can work right now. And then I want to text you like 5 minutes later. Oh, just kidding, I can't. Because that's happened multiple times where I go to start working on something, and then it takes me 5 minutes, and I'm like, I'm not going to log that. I didn't really put deep work into that. So I don't want to text you, like, hey, I'm clocking in, and then like, oops, can't actually. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like this end of day log that you have going on. Okay. I saw this yesterday, or was it? Yesterday was Thursday, right? Friday isn't logged yet. So yeah, I saw that and I was like, you know what, like that's fine. And then like per week, you can just tally it up and then just give me the total per week just to make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah.
So like, I get what you're saying. Like you go in and you're like, I was going to do something. It really took me 5 minutes. Now I'm done. Like, am I going to tell me I worked for 5 minutes? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's totally fine with how you're doing it now.
I'm also just kind of rounding. So like, for example, on Wednesday, 6:35 to 8:08. I mean, technically that's 1.5 hours and 3 minutes, but I just want to make sure that we're clear. Like, I'm not going to, Mina, I got 2 minutes, remember?
It's like, no, bro, you owe me 2 minutes.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of rounding up, rounding down.
You only worked until fucking 8:08 and not 8:10.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You're good. Okay,
cool.
So we check in completion rate issues checked. I'm going to check that.
Okay.
Right. So we're clear on that.
Yeah. Okay. So everything that I've worked on so far is good. There's nothing that's like, I don't really want to do that.
In terms of the check-in?
Actually everything. So that big first document that I made, I kind of just brain dumped everything.
Yeah.
So everything's cool.
I mean,
there.
I want to look back at things when they're like workables. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let me clear this. Work time tracking, cool. Now let's talk about the. Actually, can we skip to the review call first, because that's going to help a lot with onboarding.
Yeah.
Because onboarding is the second project that we want to go over. Correct?
Say that again.
Onboarding is the next project you want to go over, or is there another one that I'm missing?
No, that's number 2, right? Yeah.
Yeah, onboarding is number 2. Okay, so review call is this. Let me just give you in a nutshell exactly what, and maybe you want to take notes on this, because in a nutshell, this is exactly the timeline and the whole process of when I get off the sales call and the person makes the sale to when their first day is. Okay, so. Let me record this, because this is going to be very helpful.
Recording in progress.
Because just in case you ever want to go back to this conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, person pays. I hype them up. I'm like, dude, this is awesome. I throw in a surprise usually. I don't like to tell people that they get form critiques or something like that with Coach Andrew. But like, dude, just because you did this on the phone today, I'm going to throw in something awesome for you. Form critiques, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now, let's talk about onboarding. I usually like to ask a few questions because, as you can tell, I don't really use my questionnaire as much. It's all Instagram DMs. I just figure out their struggles, their goals, talk to them, sell them, go from there, okay? So the first thing that I would do is in onboarding questions versus on the phone, okay? game plan would be an onboarding, like, or some sort of questionnaire that I can send right from the get-go, right? That would be number one. So those are the questions, like dietary restrictions, training limitations, like injuries, like lower back injuries, shoulder impingements, things like that. I ask that. I like to ask how many days a week can you train consistently, things like that as well. Am I going too quick?
No, you're good. Yeah.
Okay. So then, of course, after I ask those questions, I'll usually also ask, like, if it came up in conversation from talking to like a busy mom, hey, how many days a week can you train from home versus the gym? If you want to do all at home, do you have any equipment? Things like that as well. That's super useful because when we actually, like, we're really just gathering data for me to send this off to the shadow coach, and then the shadow coach programs depending on like what the systems that we have in place for programming is. Okay. Need to find information. I do not have an agreement. Believe it or not, I don't have an agreement. Nope. So all this time, all these clients that I've ever had, like I've worked with, I think over 1,000 now at this point. It's like, I don't have an agreement. So I need an agreement, 100%. And it can be anything from like the PT Dom database that, like, you know, obviously you have access to, or I can send you one that maybe in the 10K or the mastermind.
Yeah.
So I can. But more or less, this is just like, you know, like CYA type of shit, you know, like cover your ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like no refunds, obviously, like, you know, don't fucking sue me, things like that. Okay. Then from there, that's the ideal situation. What the actual process is I ask them those questions that I just told you about for the whole training, the diet restrictions, things like that. Okay. Then I talk to them about what I need. Realistically, Bryson, all I fucking need, really, because I can do this like the back of my hand now, is just pictures and weight. That's it. That's all I fucking need now. I need to see how you look, I need to see how much you weigh, and then go from there. Okay? It'd be nice to have a whole PDF of like measurements and stuff. Don Lamb has this like really awesome like a PDF that he uses. You know Don Lamb, right?
Yeah.
The DIY body. So like it's awesome because he shows measurements. I've never done measurements before. I feel like I should probably do that. And teach people how to take measurements.
Yeah.
But basically the process right now is, tomorrow morning, or I ask them when they want to start, because sometimes they'll lock in a price and not start for another month or so. But then I'm like, all right, tomorrow morning, if they want to start ASAP, 90% of people do, I need you to send me pictures and weight. Okay. Then they send me pictures and weight. They send it to me on my text, on my phone. That's it. Like, this number that I'm calling you from, just send it over. Then I explain to them after a few days, because it takes me a few days to start writing, you're going to get a bunch of information from me. I send them this pre-written message via text message and the EverFit welcome invite. And more or less, it's just me telling them, okay, now you're going to, in a few days, you're going to receive instructions. You're going to log into the app. You're going to see your diet, your training, all the resources, aka the on-demand tab, and access to the community. This is where the review call comes into play. Okay, are we so far so good? Do you need me to backtrack on anything?
Can you see what I'm writing?
No, you're not sharing your screen.
Oh, like we're on the doc. Because I'm just writing all the notes on there. I thought that's what you were looking at, because I was just trying to type really quick.
No, I've been looking at myself. I was just checking myself out.
Oh.
Okay, cool.
These are the notes I have. Am I missing anything? Because I feel like I'm good. That agreement is mine, so you can look at it if you want.
Okay, I'll look at it in a second. Okay, so let me look at it right now. I do not have access to this file.
I can't just have you. What the hell?
I sent a request.
Copy link. Okay, I just copied it again. Okay, now it's sharing. Now we're good.
It says I'm requesting.
Can I just...
Just check your email.
Sure. Oh, there we go. It's right here. Holy shit. I'm so sorry, dude.
You're good.
Okay, there you go. Shared. It's cool that it's secure, but let me just... I clicked share. Okay, you should have it.
I see it.
It's already pre-signed and stuff on my end, so I just have to send it, and then they do it.
And do you send this via PDF?
Yeah, so I have a software, a website. It's called Signwell, and then I just send it over. I think the group recommends DocuSign or HelloSign, but Sign, whatever. What did I just say? Signwell. It's free. Your boy's balling on a budget right now, so that's what I use. I might
actually like do that HelloSign thing, and I can add you as a fucking user. I think you can just use it if you want.
Okay, cool.
Let me see, because there was something actually here that Don Lamb, I took a whole bunch of notes on his training. Well, he uses HelloSign. Yep, I can do that, and if I can add you as a user, I'll just do it. Cool. Okay. All right. So yeah, agreement actually looks pretty fire, to be honest with you. That's what I need, 100%. So I need something like this. But let me continue with the whole review call, okay? Because this is the bane of my existence. I fucking hate review calls because I can honestly, Bryson, right now, word for word, verbatim. Are you okay to go over time for a little bit?
Yeah, of course.
Verbatim, I could give you my exact review call, like with my eyes closed. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the same shit. And it's always this. I log in. What's up, dude? Ready to talk, whatever. I want to go through things with you. Let's start with your diet. So we start with the diet, and basically 9 times out of 10, I have to explain what the fuck my meal option system means. Okay? And obviously, like, it's new to most people, and I get it. But I always have to, like, explain it. So that would be something that I want to take care of, so I don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Obviously what the meal option system, like if I explain it to you, you get a list of meals, and I tell you, pick 4 meals a day. Choose in any order you want. It doesn't matter. You want to start with meal option 8, then go back to meal option 1, and that's just 2 meals for the day out of 4. Cool. Most of them you can repeat. There's just 2 of them you can't. So you have that. Or like whenever it says limit 1 times per day. And then within the meal options, it's like a recipe. So you can choose like chicken, rice, and avo, or you can do chicken or shrimp and tortilla.
Super small. I might take that. That's genius.
Take it, bro. So that's kind of how that's how I fucking built everything. Like, people love this shit. They do. Although I want to move to macros, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, cool.
Because there's a lot of customization involved, and like obviously everyone likes different things. So like I give a base to people, and then they're like, "Oh, I want to do this. I want to do this." So then that's when we add stuff, and make measurements on them. So I do that. Okay, we go through the whole meal options. That takes a lot of time. Then from there, I move on to training. I show them 2 factors. First factor being you can rearrange the workout to never fit. You already know how to do that. That little Uno reverse symbol that you have.
Yeah.
You can just click and drag.
Uno reverse. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I call it.
Yeah.
And then also starting the workout. Some people just think they just click the workout, look at the workouts, and just train. They don't press start workout for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why. So that too. Then we go into the tasks, and the tasks would be the cardio or the habits. So we talk about cardio, what they can do, water, how much water they should be drinking a day. I use the water thing as optional with the tracking, so I don't need people to actually go in there and manually input 4 liters of water a day. Might make it a task, to be honest, so they can just check it off and say done. But besides the point. And then I always get the question of what the fuck the food journal is. I don't use the food journal because it would be a complete waste of time if I had to go into everyone's journal and look at exactly what they ate for the last week. Mm-hmm. I would hate life.
I think you can disable that on Everfit, so they won't even see that.
That would be amazing. Maybe I will do that.
Let me see. So you can keep on going. I'm going to double check.
No, I'm going to actually check it with you. I mean, someone's died already. Yeah, you could.
There you go.
Fuck. Okay, cool. I have macros and meal plan off. I pay for a meal plan, by the way.
Yeah. Do you not? You don't use it?
No. You see how I use my diets?
Right. You don't put anything in there?
I don't use the recipes, nothing. No, I should.
Someone said in the group that if you put in custom recipes, it now will use automatic calculations and it'll adjust to their specific needs. So if you put in the rice, the chicken, and the avocado, depending on their new macros, it'll adjust the measurements automatically. So I don't know for sure. Someone said that, and I thought,
we might need to take a look at that for sure. I have that all. Like, I paid for it all, you know? I pay for it monthly.
Do you pay for the custom branding?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, when you log in with your dummy account, you see, like, my logo, my...
I haven't done that yet. I'll admit it, yeah.
You'll see the welcome video and everything. It's all there. So I do that too. But, okay, cool. So, dude, I need the write-offs, bro.
Yeah.
So I'll do anything.
That's so funny.
So anyways, okay, so we go through the cardio, we go through that. I also showed them that little plus sign thing. By the way, this is all on the phone. Like, this is me, like, just because I memorize where everything is. So I'm just literally telling them, like, go here, you know? So they showed them the little plus sign with the other activities they can log, you know, various activities like hiking and cycling and shit like that. So I do that. And then it's really just this conversation, Bryson, to frame it. And this is what I want the onboarding process to be, is just value-based. Like, yo, based on our conversation, we did this and this and this and this because you told me you were so busy. You couldn't do this. You couldn't do this. I also did it this way. I did it this way. I did the training. I did 2 days at home and 1 day at the gym because you told me you're a busy mom. You can only get to the gym once a week. So we're going to do 2 days. You told me you have a really weak lower back. So I put some core exercises there for you, a whole app circuit to do from your home in your living room, things like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's all value. And it's basically like cementing that our conversation and your payment was fucking worth it. You know what I mean? This is what you received. And then finally, I go through the check-in process. And the check-in process is like, obviously just telling them, hey, every Friday you're going to get a notification in the morning right in front of you, hard to miss, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I need that done. And within 24 to 48 hours, you receive feedback, adjustments, anything I need to change, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And I always also tell them, it's like, it takes 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes max. You know, it's like not taking a lot of time. So they don't think that it's like, oh my God, I can't check in because there's no time. Whatever.
It's the dumbest thing. Yeah.
I had a client like that. I dropped them like this. It was like a year and a half ago. This guy's a fucking idiot. He's just like, I work such a busy life. I can't take the time to fill out your questionnaire and fill it out. You know, it's like time is of the essence. I was like, I didn't know I was fucking talking to Elon Musk. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know I had built a client. Like, shut the fuck up.
Elon Musk even plays Diablo. I don't know if you knew that, but yeah.
It was so stupid.
Crazy.
But that's basically in a nutshell. Then I asked them when they want to start. And then my thing with my programs is I don't count their 90 days, their 180 days until their official day one. So up until this point, not a single day has gone into their program at all. Until they tell me, when do you want to start? And usually we just like pick the next Monday, to be honest with you. It's like, yo, like I had a review call today. I'm like, hey, Monday sounds good. Yep. Okay, cool. Let's do Monday. And then on their start date, I asked them for updated weight. I don't really ask for pictures, another set of pictures, but that's it. Also, I will also say that fasted weight, I always tell them, like if you want to take this as a note, fasted weight is always empty stomach before they drink any water, do their business in the bathroom, has to eliminate as many variables as possible. And then the physique pictures need to be in the same spot, angle, lighting. Yeah. So those things, like those instructions, I would love to incorporate into onboarding as well, so I don't have to say it. I wish I could show people how to take progress photos. So that would be super cool to include. And then one thing that I found over the years is a lot of people, like a lot of my demographic, don't like to be shared on Instagram and stuff. So I personally tell them, like, I won't share your pictures with anyone unless I have your permission. So I personally say that, Bryson, although I kind of just don't want to anymore, to be honest with you. But sometimes it can backfire, 100%. I don't want to share something and then someone's like, yo, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
So that would be the only thing that I'd be worried about.
I've actually got that in my agreement where they initial, like they release.
I saw it. I read through it. I saw that you like agree to share testimonials, messages, things like that, and pictures. So that would be the only thing I'm like thinking about with pictures. You know, all the testimonials and all the before and after that you see like on my coaching page. I don't know if you went through my coaching page.
Yeah, I did a little bit. I saw Carrie and yeah.
Yeah. So all of those, like, or with the permission always, I always ask, like, yo, do you mind being shared, blah, blah, blah. And they usually say yes, but I've had some clients say no. I've had some clients say no, like, and like be rude about it. I'm like, dude, you just lost like fucking 30 pounds, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like that. Or like I even tell them like I can make it anonymous, and like I have one anonymous guy, the rest just like, no, I don't want to be shared no matter what. Like, okay, it's cool.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, which is fine. That's the name of the game, man. Like, not for nothing, I would say like it's like 50-50. Like, I wish I could double the amount of testimonies I have right now. I could if they said yes.
Yeah.
So that's the fine line you have to walk, especially with my demographic, which is fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
So did everything there make sense?
Yeah. I think I got everything here. So do you want to make all of this almost one video or multiple videos, or what's because you want to go over their diet and training and stuff personally, so it's more personalized. Is that right? Or you want to make all this automated?
I think all automated, because most people start with the meal option system.
Okay. So everything, this whole review call is just one video or multiple or whatever that they go through?
Probably multiple videos, and we can use the auto flow on EverFit.
Okay.
And that can be a change in my process where it's like, okay, let's, you took care of payment. Let's take care of the agreement. Sent you the agreement. Just make sure you go over it and get that done by end of day today or something like that. Or, like maybe we have the agreement as a task as soon as they log in. You can do that. You can just make the agreement into a questionnaire and have it come up right away as an onboarding auto flow. So you can do that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's just a lot easier maybe instead of HelloSign. Who knows? But there's that. Yeah, like, look, let me share.
Maybe that would be then.
Yeah. Like, look, you can do questionnaires or whatever, and automation, onboarding flow. I tried one, sucked ass. And then you can just like create one. I can't find the create. There it is. It was hiding behind you. And then see like onboarding flow right here.
Yeah.
My form. So like I choose a form and then like have like a medical history one, and it has a signature already. So like you basically like just write it whatever you want and call it a day, you know?
Yeah. So that's the form, that medical one, that's the one they go through?
Yeah, I think, and you can obviously you can customize it yourself. I just can't find where the fuck it is.
I didn't know you could do a signature. That's crazy.
Yeah, the medical one is from EverFit.
Metric image. Oh, signature right there. Yeah.
I didn't make it myself.
Uh-huh.
Like, this was from EverFit. This was already built in, like, when I got it. So just depends on how that looks, and we can maybe just tweak it a little bit, just as long as you can fucking find it. I can't find it. Here. I guess. And at the end, they would sign it.
Is this form more for you or more to cover your ass in case of something?
For which one? The one you're looking at or the one I want?
The one you're looking at right now, yeah. So you use this exact form? Is that what you're saying?
I've never used this before.
Oh, I see.
I'm saying we could do something like this as an agreement as soon as they log into the app. And I can just tell them, like, hey, like, when to log in the app. Because my vision, Bryson, is like I've never had this. I've actually never had buyer's remorse where it's like someone will like pay me and then say, oh my God, I don't want to do that anymore. I've never had that ever.
That's good.
So it's telling that things aren't broken, but I want things to be easier for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And it'd be super nice to like just tell them like, hey, I'm going to get in the app tonight or tomorrow. You're going to get an email from me tomorrow, and you'll be able to log in the app. And then and every day I'm going to send you specific instructions on something to do just to get you ready while I'm writing your stuff. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's when the auto flow would happen. They'd get videos of me. Hey, this is how you use your food scale. This is how you take physique pictures, things like that. Or this is an example of a good physique picture. This isn't, and what we want to do. And then I'll tell them obviously we won't, we don't want to make you uncomfortable, blah, blah. And then This is what a meal option system is. So that autoflow would be perfect. And that autoflow can be videos or it can just be PDFs. You know what I mean? Like, because you can literally just send a link to a Google Drive with a link that's how I send all my freebies. It's just a link to my Google Drive. I have it open. It's anyone with the link can view it, and that's how they get their freebies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So something like that. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool.
Does that make the onboarding project a lot more clear?
Yeah. So, that's perfectly clear. So what do you want me to exactly do here? You want me to start writing out kind of like maybe a script, or figure out what videos need to be packaged with what? And then,
so based on what we just talked about,
like an SOP,
obviously, and this recording, an SOP / like timeline would be perfect. You know what I mean? Because then the timeline would indicate what we need to send per day, correct?
Right.
And when you indicate what we need to send per day, it tells me what we need to create / record. So then we would know, okay, we're going to create this and do this. Honestly, if we want to over deliver, we can just make a PDF for every step. And then also a quick video of me going over the PDF, like literally just doing a Loom video over the PDF, saying, so this is what I mean when I say this. This is what I mean when I say this. I don't do the Loom. It's just me talking, and I'm like holding my food scale. This is how you use the food scale. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like things like that. So all of this, Bryson, I'm going to tell you, right? This whole onboarding thing is exactly what I need, so I can get rid of fucking review calls. I don't need review calls. Maybe I can do a kickoff call once a week. That's what I would need instead. Every Saturday morning at 9 a.m., join. You know what I mean?
Kickoff call? Is that so everybody that just joined can have one call?
So exactly. So that's what we do in the MDM. So people don't do review calls anymore. It's more or less like when you're signing 15, 20 clients a week. Hey, by the way, now that you do this, book your kickoff call. You join together and be like, all right, guys, you guys should have all received the instructions by now, whatever. Any questions? That's it. So it's all at once. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that would be nice. And then also this whole thing as well is for me to introduce macros eventually.
Okay.
Because then I can teach someone how to do macros as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We work with a lot of beginner clients who don't necessarily know what a macro even is. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it would be super cool to do that. And it's starting to become an issue where I just want to do macros now.
Yeah.
You know?
Is it because the meal plans is just a lot more manual labor on your end?
A lot of manual labor. And plus, some people just don't get it, you know? It's hard.
You're giving them the fish, you're not teaching them how to fish kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly. Wow. I'm glad you actually said that, because that's something that I tell most of my prospects.
Oh, really?
You know? Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's true. I also want them to know how to track macros, and it's a lot easier for me to, when I want to reduce someone's carbs or calories, dude, if they have 10 meal options, I have to go to every meal option, 10 of them, and reduce it, and reduce every measurement. And each meal option, let's say, has 4, right? 4 different ingredients for carbs. So now I have to go through and I'm like, all right, let me reduce the oatmeal here. Now next, this, I do that 40 times. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, yeah.
So it's a lot. So my envision, I'm going to take the Don Lamb approach. Don Lamb does meal plans for the first week or 2 weeks to get them going. Tell them, all right, now I want to teach you how to track your macros, because I think now is the time for you to learn, and blah, blah, blah. And then from there, he does it.
So he does the first couple weeks meal plans, and then a quick transition afterward?
Yeah, unless someone would just prefer macros from the beginning, and you just do that.
So is it mandatory? You join the program, you're doing macros within 2 weeks, give or take?
I think
he just sets the expectation? Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Also, in the bottom of the form here, or the bottom of the project, the tab here, I put that knowledge base. You can click on that, and it has the guide on how I do the photos and weighing, which is
perfect.
Starting some module 2. So uploading your weight, submit your measurements. Oh, you know what? I don't have where is it? I don't know where it is. I'll have to get it, but yeah. Anyway, are you on that page by chance?
I'm trying to. It says this site is protected.
Oh my goodness.
You're good. Don't worry.
I'll get it to you later.
You sent this to me. You sent this to me already.
Well, I think I just shared my screen, but I just learned something newer, which I think is really cool. I'm going to show you really quick.
No, okay, no. You sent me the intake form, but you didn't send me the. Yeah. But you didn't send me the knowledge base. Well, this is your intake form. Like this is like equivalent to like a type form.
Yeah. So they'll join the program, and I'm like, okay, fill this out. That's like what I would do on the call. So like they're filling out the investment link. I'm following the phone script. Like, hey, I'm going to send you the questionnaire while you take care of the investment. Let me know when you're doing that. Blah blah. Okay, fill out this thing. Get it to me as soon as you possibly can. That's how I can start working.
Oh, so this is the intake form that you would send after payment.
Yeah, and that's just just an idea. If there's anything that you want to take from that, or I don't know, because it's going to be all on Everfit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this intake form would probably be what we need on Everfit.
Okay.
I was asking because I'm going to actually redo my whole type form shit soon.
Cool.
I'm probably just going to do that. Okay, so that's it. That's there. Any other questions on the onboarding?
I don't think so. I don't think with onboarding right now. I'm sure I'll have more later, but right now, no.
Okay. So the workables you have now are just to really just duplicate the check-in thing, right? And just make it checkboxes, basically, correct?
Yeah. Say it one more time. Make the check.
Like the check-in process.
Yeah.
Like check-in tracking, right?
Yep. And the other, in this guy, I'm not even sharing the right screen, am I?
I'm looking at module 2.1.
Oh, since I've got this up, I just learned that you can put different links up here. So you can have the check-ins, you can have whatever.
Oh, shit.
Like schedule a call, whatever. I just barely learned that, so that's pretty cool. So I can just click this and it takes me to it's set to Google.
Oh,
but anyway, I think it's cool. Anyway. And then let's see. So the check boxes for the weekly check-ins, yeah. So there's that.
Really just a check-in tracker. That's it. Like it's just we have clients and then you just basically like, my end game is to like give you clients, give someone else clients, and then when you start doing check-ins, and I've pretty much perfected my check-in process in terms of responding to like a written check-in. I've taught ChatGPT how to just like fucking speak like me.
Oh, cool.
So I'll go through the check-in process. I'll write down notes for each check-in, and then I just plop it in ChatGPT, give them the PDF of the actual check-in, and then it just spews out an actual formal response based on like what I want to say. So I'll just be like, dude, good stuff on new low, right? Or,
yeah,
dude, new low after the holidays is amazing. That's it. So then it'll actually formulate a real response that's coherent,
That's really cool.
Yeah. So that's perfect. But what I want to do, Bryson, is, okay, so you have the workable of the check-in process, which shouldn't take too much time. I'm guessing like it's just pretty much just put in check boxes, correct?
Yeah, it should be. I could do that.
Yeah, the log that you have is perfect. By the way, the log that you have is perfect. Do you want me to just give you my client list and their programs and stuff, and we can plop that in there?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. So I'll do that too. And then I'll also give you like their end dates, and then I'll just have to like formulate this myself, but that's fine. The second thing is the onboarding process. I think right now we can just do the script and the actual workable. So like what would be awesome is just like a list of either PDFs to be made or videos to be recorded, right? Yeah. Based on this that you give me. So like a timeline of when a client gets on the app, which ideally speaking should be the next day or the night of, and then until they actually receive their actual program, right? Which would be awesome. And then I'm working with the other shadow coach, by the way, for like the on-demand tab. That'd be fucking crazy awesome. I bought a whole bunch of these different templates of like just general diet stuff, meal prep guides, stuff like that. And then also like I told you, Everfit has like a Netflix on-demand workout thing. Yeah. So he's looking through that and creating that. So then that way I'm like, hey, you have access to the general workouts. Don't worry, we're working on your specific workout program yourself. But until then, like, feel free to skew through and whatever. And then obviously until they actually receive their customized program. Cool?
Yep. Cool. So then get a timeline for that, get the onboarding process kind of step by step. Mm-hmm. Google Sheet, client check-in, tracker, and then you said you're gonna send me all that info so that I can put it in there? Is that the goal?
The client information, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll tell you their program and I can probably give you their total investment and then start date and end date.
Could you send me that sheet that you have and I can just copy paste?
Which one?
You had one that had their Stripe payment, their package, their date.
Yeah, I know. About? The thing is, that's what I'm going to use as my like template, but I need to clean that shit up because I have some clients that aren't even there anymore. I have clients who it says monthly payment, but now they paid in full, so I have to change that too. So I'll send you something a lot cleaner, but it's basically going to be that.
Okay, cool.
So, because if I send that to you now, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck am I looking at?"
Yeah.
Then let's start getting started on the revamping of the check-in questions too. Once you're able to get through that, so the revamp, I shared with you a doc. I think you probably already saw it. There's a Google doc. Yep. So that's where I have the current questions and the new questions. I want you personally, dude. Why don't you just go through the new questions and just highlight anyone you like? Let me know when you do that. And then I'll go in and I'll highlight any ones I like. And if there's overlap, we include it. Play around with the order. And then we can just edit the current form. I don't want to create a new form because it would just mean that I'd have to go to every single client and then update their task with a new form. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we might as well update the old form. So once we do that, I think I'm going to start with tell me a win for this week. That'd be awesome. Okay. And then to wait first, so it doesn't show it shows that there's importance with a win. So
cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, perfect.
I think that's enough work for this coming week. I think you got your hands full for now.
Okay. I got a full week ahead of me this time, not just 4 days.
Good.
So
good. And of course, if you finish early, bro, let me know. And then there's always other things to be done. 100%.
Okay. Cool, man. Right. Sounds good. All right.
Awesome, man. Anything else? Did you have any other questions for me, like business related or anything, like coaching related?
No, not really. But I will say that yesterday when you sent me, I think it was yesterday, you sent me those voice memos of how I just need to deposit a shit ton of value, right? Was that yesterday?
Yeah.
So going back to, you said a magnetic, what was that thing that you were talking about earlier? The magnetic thing.
Magnetic giveaway.
Magnetic. Okay. So I did that for Black Friday. And like I said, not one thing whatsoever. Nobody reached out, nothing, just the one friend at the very last moment. So that right there was proof for me that the audience is so cold and I just got to deposit more value. So hearing you say that kind of reinforced for me even more so that I was like, shoot, I just got to start going ham with giving so much so that people can see that and be like, oh shit,
I was actually it was on the tip of my tongue, but I let you finish. I was like, it's because you didn't give value, but now, or like deposit value. But yeah, I think it was perfect timing for me. That's why it popped off. But I'll tell you, right now, I'm focusing more on delivery and all of these different systems, for this month before we fucking go ham again on content and pushing for withdrawals. I even fight with myself, man. I actually had a whole fucking meditation session earlier today because I was just I always want to be better. I always want to beat my income. Yeah. That's what it is, right? So it's hit 50 again, or it's 45, then 50. So I'm okay, this month I have to fucking hit 55. It's fucking January, So I'm it's not gonna happen, I have to be okay with it because there's other things that I'm doing. I'm still planting seeds. So the aspect that I'm telling you is right now I'm reframing even my mind right now to this, where I'm at, right? I'm I need to deposit better content, better value. You know what I mean?
Is this the whole concept of goodwill that Alex Hormozi talks about?
Exactly. Yes. Okay. Where it's you have to just have so much goodwill. And just, again, it's the example is when you go to the bank, right? You're just continually depositing money. So you can take a big withdrawal. You keep withdrawing, it's eventually the fucking teller's going to tell you you don't have any more money to withdraw. Okay. So that's the mentality I've been in. And that's what I'm working on currently. But until then, I also just need systems in place to make my life easier. After I got off this call, by the way, before this call, I was slamming check-ins, and you go check my conversations. It's just checking. Mm-hmm. And then after I finish this call, checking.
Yeah.
So that's the bane of my existence. So I need to streamline it even better and make better check-in questions and stuff as well. Cool.
Yeah. I do have one more question.
Hit me.
So throughout your time in PT Dom, Has it ever crossed your mind, or have you ever like think about just, so I always think about Alex Hormozi because I got $100 million leads and offers right here, and he gives away so much for free. Do you ever like second guess yourself? Because, so I guess the reason for the question is I'll go to post a question in the group and I'm like, I already know the answer. I'm just being lazy, you know, and I stop myself. I'm like, I don't need more information. I don't need like a different perspective. I just know that I need to keep on going, you know? So I kind of hold myself back. I'm like I'm paying for this, but then there's like free resources that give even more. I don't know. Do you know? I'm kind of all over the place with that question.
You just answered your question 5 minutes ago.
Just depositing more value? Or what are you talking about?
Well, the fact is you knew you needed to deposit more value, but hearing it from me reinforced it. So now you're just that much more into doing that, right?
Yeah.
Like you're just that much more sure this is the route. The reason why you have a question and you want to ask the question is because even as much as you say you're certain on that decision, you're not. You still have a little uncertainty. So you asking a question, and who knows, they can reinforce it or they just blow you away with some different fucking thing that you didn't even hear of.
Yeah.
You paid for this program, Bryson, utilize it. And it's not cheap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like at the end of the day, fucking do it. What's the investment for CLA?
It's $500 a month for a year.
$500 a month per year, so $6,000.
Yeah, and if you paid up front $5,000, it was the full year. But yeah. Okay,
got it. So it's like, for me, the way I would think about it is like, dude, you paid for this shit. Just fucking use it. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying you do have this, but set your pride aside, your ego aside for a little bit. You know, that's something I remind myself with.
Yeah.
Ask the question. You showing up in that group and hearing from people who are just, at the end of the day, like there's a lot of people doing better than you right now, right?
Oh, yeah.
For sure. And the CLA and the 10K and the $1 million, even me. I love being the $1 million mastermind. Why? Because I have fuckers like posting every day that they're making 130K this month. I had one guy where he was like, dude, I started this month like pretty shitty. I made only like 1K. And now I'm at 25K. And now I'm at 40K for the month. I'm like, it's 10 days in, you know? So like the other guy, he said like, I had a really slow week. Instagram banned my account. This is funny. He goes, Instagram banned my account. I haven't been able to post content. I haven't been able to do shit. I had one of the shittiest weeks ever. I only made 80K this week. I was like, fuck you.
What in the world?
So it's like, I love that shit. And I love asking questions, even if I sound fucking stupid. I don't care. You know, at the end of the day, I'm like, you know, let me ask this question, hear it from someone who's doing 10 times better than me. Because even if they tell me the exact same thing that I'm thinking, psychologically speaking, I know in order for me to get to where he is, I'm going to do what he said. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, dude, don't second guess it. Just fucking ask. No one's going to, and at the end of the day, the culture that they have, I don't know how it is on the CLA, but the $1 million mastermind, dude, we want to see each other win, bro. Yeah. Like, we just are so uplifting. It's crazy.
Well, I love going through the group and seeing everybody else's questions and see because like I'll read through 10, 20 questions a day from other people and I'll look at the responses from the coaches there. And that's super helpful.
That's helpful. Really
because I'm like, oh, I had a client like that, or I had a conversation like that. What did he say? You know, and there's some things in there. I think what I was trying to get at was like, I'll go to ask a question. And I'm like, I feel like I'm only asking that question so that I can put it off and wait for somebody to respond. So I don't have to be responsible for the lack of inaction, you know? So
yeah, but then when you hear the answer and it's reinforced that it was the answer that you already knew, it's like, okay, I have no other choice but to take action.
Double down. Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was just curious because there's just so much free value out there. And it's just like, is it that, or is it just, I know what to do, I'm just not doing it?
I was with another mentor, that I don't know if I told you, I was with another mentor in the summer.
Yeah.
They were more like, they gave a lot of value too, but this was more for like anyone, like any business. If you want to sell cameras and shit.
Oh yeah.
Like anything. And like, they were awesome, but I really love PT Dom because this is exactly what we're doing. Like when you like, think about it like this, when you read through the CLA or I read through the $1 million and I'm like reading, I'm like, oh yeah, I had a client that talked to me like this, or I had a situation like this. You won't find that anywhere else, right? For the most part, because it's like these people, your peers, everyone around us, they're going through the same shit as you are. Like at the end of the day, there's some people in other programs that will be like fitness coaches or whatever. But here it's like, dude, Black Friday or, you know, the end of the year, New Year's resolution or stuff like that. Like, everyone's talking about the same thing. No one's here trying to sell cameras. You know what I mean? Like, no one's here giving away a photography course. They are all here for the same purpose that we are. And it's all about abundance because there's just so much fucking opportunity. People are fucking making $600K a month. Like, it's nothing.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Like, that's what Janelle is making right now, $600K a month. Like, it's like,
$600K amount. That's people make that in 6 or in 18 years, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, never mind that whole conversation. The fact that I even joined and I have this opportunity makes it 10 times worth it itself. So, yeah.
Glad to have you on board, bro. I know I told you, I know I have the right guy here.
Oh, dude, I appreciate that. I mean, not to get all deep on you, but like most of my life, like I feel like I've had this, like I just want to do shit and I'm just surrounded by people who don't. So when I try to do something, I'm like, people just, oh, this fucking dork. And I'm like, nah, dude, I'm trying to be better, you know? So like being recognized for that, it just means a lot.
That's another reason, like, that's why I'm like happy to be here and I'm happy to like fucking answer all your questions because I want to see you win. I want you to do better, like 100%. You know, like at the end of the day, like, dude, I can't wait till the day that you tell me you're making 10K a month or you're making 20K a month. I can't fucking wait. Even if you're not working for me anymore, you know?
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, that's what I want, you know? And the second thing is that's another reason to be in PT Dom because, you know, everyone wants to see each other win. You know, everyone in that group should be doing something. I don't know how the CLA is. I know in the $1 Million Mastermind where I'm at, bro, every day people are fucking working. Mm-hmm. Like no matter what, Christmas, New Year's, they didn't give a fuck. They were just like, I'm doing something.
Yeah, I love that.
That's so much motivation, bro. Like so much motivation. You know what I mean?
I just don't have that in real life right now, which sucks, you know? Like for example,
that's always gonna happen, man. I make look, bro. I make more money than like my friends who are doctors.
Yeah, he told me that.
Like they're like talking about, oh, you know, like I'm doing 200K or whatever a month, a year, and I keep quiet. You know, I'm just like, oh, I made that in the last 2 months. You know,
yeah.
You know? So that's kind of the thing too. It's like you're always gonna be surrounded by people who have limitations, but if you follow your own limitations, then sky's the limit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. It's just nice. It's just refreshing, dude. It's awesome. So I appreciate you.
I got you, bro. All right. So we have our workables. We have our work. Have I still been recording this whole time? What the fuck?
You have. It says 0. Stopped. It says 0 on my end, but.
No, I said recorded. It's gonna put it on my computer, then I can send it to you, or I can upload it to a Google Drive and give you the link. But we have our workables. Cool. So the check-in task thingy.
Yeah.
The onboarding script / deliverables. Like what exactly do you need from me? And then the fucking check-in questions. Cool.
Yep.
And then of course when I send you the log for the clients, we can do that too.
Okay. Sounds good, dude.
All right, bro.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
I got you, bro. Anytime. And if you have any other questions, let me know.
Okay, we'll do.
Otherwise, we posted.
Okay.
What are the hours like tomorrow? Are you working tomorrow?
No, I can go. I'm available from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. I mean, I'm probably not going to work all 12 hours, but.
Yeah, please don't work all 12 hours.
Yeah.
But whatever time you put in, just let me know.
Okay, we'll do. So everything on this little sheet that I'm putting on the work hours, that's cool. Just Bryson's hours.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Keep on doing that. Okay.
I'm getting ready. Yeah, keep doing exactly that. Just do it week by week. It would be nice if you could date it. That'd be awesome.
They're dated.
So you did. Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
And then you can just make it into a calendar. At the end, just give me like a final work hours, I guess. That'd be awesome.
You got it.
So I can just see what we're doing. All right, bro. Have a great rest of your night.
Nice to see you, man.
See you.
All right. There you go. Wow. These podcasts are only supposed to be 3 minutes long. Interesting. No, dude, this will be cool to have all this documented. 100%. Yeah, maybe it's a lot of work. Maybe it's taking me off track of what I'm trying to focus on. But at the end of the day, I'm getting paid $12,000 a year to do this for now. And yeah. So, yeah, So it's weird. At the time of recording this very thing right now, I haven't even finished recording the other podcast, which I stopped while I was in the drive-thru, because interestingly enough, I'll share that when I finish. But yeah, so this is that. Nothing else. Peace out.